Hey traders, it's James here from the A1 content team, and as we start today's stream, I want to share with you some exciting news from our friends over at FX2 Funding. FX2 has just launched their two-stage evaluation. The two-stage differs significantly from their one-stage, offering many benefits to traders. First of all, the profit targets are much more manageable, with 8% in the first stage and 5% in the second stage. Next, you'll get a 10% fixed overall drawdown that does not trail your account balance. You get all these perks on top of FX2's existing world-class customer service, high-performance technology, and a choice between two amazing trading platforms, CTrader and DXTrade. There's a reason FX2 Funding boasts a Trustpilot rating of 4.7 in this time of industry turmoil. They are a serious company run by seasoned business professionals and always take conservative steps to protect their traders. For traders looking to get funded, you can use promo code A1Trading15 to save 15% on all funded accounts. That's A1Trading15. The promo code can be found in the link in the description below and in the live stream chat right now. Now, on to the show.
Good afternoon, guys. Let me just move my camera here. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. How are you all doing? So, see, some of you asking where Nick is. Nick is on a trip to Ireland. By the looks of it, I think he's back on Friday for NFP. So I'm just standing in for a little bit today before you guys have another guest after me. So is there anything you want me to cover? Is there anything going on that you guys want me to look at specifically? If not, I can give you a rundown of some pairs. So we did have some dollar weakness yesterday after PMI. We did see a little bit of a pullback this morning, giving the dollar some strength, but it was nothing too significant. So I don't think it was even 50% of the pullback. Sorry, a 50% pullback. So let's see. No, it wasn't. So we didn't even have 50% of yesterday's move covered, which is quite interesting. Normally, when we have news, we do see a little bit of a correction back, but yeah, we're not really seeing that yet. New Zealand, Swiss, we can definitely take a look at that. This isn't really a pair I trade, actually. I normally stick to sort of the majors. You know, we've got the dollar, the yen, the pound, euro. So I can give you a technical look, and I can show you what the EDGEFINDER is saying. We can move on to euro dollar after this. So I'll do them in order. So yeah, let me get into this first. Why is this USD CAD? Do we need NZD CHF? Okay. So got the 4-hour is bouncing off the 200 moving average, which is quite nice. So for anyone that doesn't use moving averages and things, the 200 and sort of any of them really, but mainly the 200 is used as very good dynamic support and resistance. And you can sort of see that here. We just had the previous 4-hour wick. rejecting quite nicely up to 200, which this actually meets quite well with a previous level of support. So technically, I'd be looking for buys. Let me just pull up the EDGEFINDER, and we can see if there's any reading on there. So it's actually bearish. So my technical reading wouldn't work here. So if we take a look, here we go. So it's actually quite very bearish, actually. So let's remove this because that wouldn't work out. So we can go down to a smaller time frame. So if I was to go in for sells, let me just do a bit of analysis here. So I'd be looking for something like this. So we can see we've got the 50% retracement here that would line up with previous support. We could potentially get sort of the break and retest and a possible short entry here. Now, again, same rules apply as yesterday. I'm not here to give you financial advice. Don't follow these trades blindly. You know, especially this one, you know, I don't really trade this pair. So just a bit of safety warning. So in terms of the data, COT's pretty flat. Retail sentiment's relatively flat as well, leaning more towards the short side. Seasonality is bearish over the past 10 years for June, I assume. Inflation is in favor of the Swiss, interest rates, GDP. So services PMI, manufacturing PMI, retail sales are flat. Employment change and unemployment rates are both in favor of the Swiss. So I would, definitely be looking more towards a short on this one. So next one is euro dollar. We can definitely take a look. So I was in a euro dollar position this morning that was stopped out. I went long on the sort of 15, looking for a scalp, but it didn't prevail too much. However, I'm still looking for a potential long. I do quite like euro dollar. So yesterday I was saying I'm a little bit neutral on the dollar, but after the PMI news yesterday, we do also have dollar news today. We've got JOLTS. So if we do have JOLTS that comes out sort of lower than expected, lower than forecast, it'll be another sign that we've got cooling US data. So that will just be another layer on top to to look for shorts on the dollar. So for me, I quite like this sort of play here. Something along these lines with an extended take profit potentially here. So TP1, TP2. Just looking to see previous highs. So yeah, I think a long on euro dollar is probably the move. I know the EDGEFINDER also agrees. I forgot we can't click. So euro dollar is either the most bearish or one of the most bearish on the reading at the moment. So we can see basically everything's in favor. COT's not swinging either way too much. You can see it's pretty flat here. However, the long positions on euro outweigh long position on the dollar, and short positions on the dollar outweigh short positions on the euro. So overall, COT is in favor of euro dollar long. Seasonality is bullish, but not by much. Retail is mainly short. Inflation, interest rates, GDP, retail sales, employment change, unemployment rate, all in favor of the euro. USD CAD. Yeah, we can move on to USD CAD in a moment. So I may look to take euro dollar actually, maybe after this stream, if we can get a bullish 4-hour close. So if we can get the current 4-hour candle to close in a bullish candle, then yeah, I may look to enter this trade. Because we are seeing some dollar bearishness come into the market now. You know, yesterday's bearish candle was quite strong, but we do have this level of support here for the dollar. So can we break out? Can we not break out? However, depending on your way of trading, you know, we do have this sort of, I think it's a descending triangle. And normally with a descending triangle, we get a breakout to the flat side. So we should, you know, obviously, again, this is just based on technicals. We could see a further move to the downside here. But again, this will quite rely on the JOLTS news. USD CAD, let's move on to that one. So I like USD CAD to the downside, really. I'm not sure he was here yesterday, but I did take a short on USD CAD that worked out quite well. The problem is I don't like where the price is currently. So even though I'm looking for a short, we came up too high for me. And the reason is because I like to see lower lows, lower highs. I like to see a very clear trend. And although I'm bearish on the dollar, this sort of move we saw this morning was very aggressive. It was basically nonstop. And the turning point wasn't really at any level. So, you know, it's not like if we draw a resistance line here, it doesn't really align with anything, which is a bit of a red flag to me. So this was sort of a no-go entry. If we did have a previous high here, or we had some sort of structure to work off, then it would have been a great entry, but it just wasn't clear enough for me. If we look on the daily time frame, it's very sort of sideways ranging. And in one of the bank reports, I think it was the Credit Agricole bank report that came out on, it was either Friday or Monday, I can't remember which one. They forecasted just sideways movement for USD CAD until the Bank of Canada cuts rates. So it's not something I would be heavily looking at, but it's something, you know, it short side in my opinion, but I wouldn't be looking to trade it aggressively or force anything. USD CAD, I think USD CAD was on here as bearish, but maybe I missed that. I don't know. I can't see it here anymore. So yeah, not for me at the minute. XAG, gold, US 30, NASDAQ. Yeah, we can take a look. So let me go over oil, because I was talking about oil yesterday, and then we'll move on to sort of the gold and some of the indices. So I was saying I'm bullish on oil, which I still am. However, we had a really aggressive move sort of today and yesterday, really. So I'm a little bit hesitant to go in for buys right now. I feel like we'd be sort of catching a falling knife. So if we look on the daily, pretty strong bearish momentum. And I would like to get in once we reach this support level. We're kind of in no man's land, in my opinion, right now. I think we are currently seeing a little bit of a healthy pullback. And then I wouldn't see any reason we couldn't come lower, especially with JOLTS. So I'm expecting some negative results with JOLTS just because of previous US data. It's cooling. It's not doing too hot. So it wouldn't surprise me if this one wasn't great either. So yeah, I could see us coming a little bit lower on oil and then potentially heading back up to account for the OPEC news. So does anyone want me to clarify that? I'm not sure if you guys know about OPEC or what they said. Oil. Yeah, oil's not on the EDGEFINDER. So we can sort of, not pay too much attention to oil at the moment, more just if we get down to our support level down here. So we can move on to gold. I'm actually in a buy position on gold right now. That's not doing too hot. So yesterday, again, I said I wasn't too interested in gold, but this level was holding up quite well. We saw a 4-hour bullish engulfing candle, or 4-hour bullish candle, sorry, not engulfing. And after this, I was quite happy to go in, really. And the daily time frame was a really nice, strong, bullish candle. So I was like, you know what? Why not? Let's just jump in. Technically, it looked okay. I was just looking for a potentially lower move, which we might be getting now, actually, typically. But yeah, I am bullish on gold. Again, it's mainly down to a weaker dollar, and gold is still being used as a risk asset. I mean, gold is a risk asset, of course, but at the moment, there's a lot of inflow into gold due to geopolitical problems. We've also got the elections coming up. You're absolutely excellent explaining the markets today. Is there any chance we can obtain a copy of this recording? Thanks. Hey, Richard, I really appreciate that, my friend. Thank you. I think all the streams that are hosted on this channel by A1 and Trader Nick, I think they are all uploaded automatically after the stream finishes. So I wouldn't worry about catching them or missing them, sorry. NAS 100. So we can take a look at some of the indices right now. So I don't know if any of you were here yesterday, but a personal rule of mine is I don't go short on indices. I only go long. And it's just because trend is your friend, and the overall trend, or I should say typically, the overall trend of these markets is bullish. So that's, in my book, that's having an edge in your favor automatically if you are only going with the flow of the market. Now, of course, that's not always the rule. You get black swan events. So, for example, COVID and certain other things like the GFC, which is the Great Financial Crash or Global Financial Crash. There are certain black swan events that I will go short, but as a general rule, I would avoid it. So on the EDGEFINDER, we have no positioning for the indices, but on the COT sentiment, we do have NAS and US30 as the most shorted assets at the moment. So let me just make sure I've got this column right. Yeah, so net change, it seems like they're adding on some short positions. Net position is, yeah, okay. So yeah, I think overall we could see further downside movements, but of course, me being me, I'm just looking for long plays. So I'm quite happy for these to go short, or sorry, to go lower, and then I can start looking to go long on the lows. So I'd like to see price come down to the supports down here at around 37.7, 37.2 are sort of my entry points here. So again, this is sort of similar to what I was saying, is we don't have much of a structure here for this low. Otherwise, I may have considered going long here. But, you know, we do have some lows back. When was this? Sort of January, sort of start of the year, but it's not really been relevant for a long time. So I'm not going to place a trade just based on some lows at the start of the year. Please, are we going long or short on gold? Neither. So I don't know. I get these questions quite a lot. I'm sure Nick does as well, about, are we going short here? Do we sell this? Do we sell that? It's not a case of me saying, yes, we sell or yes, we buy. It's more a case of I can show you the data and show you what I think, and then you can make up your mind on if you want to buy or sell. Can you share a news forecast? I can, yeah, for sure. Just give me 1 second. USD short, I was looking at USD CHF shorts around the 0.9 level. Yeah, I can have a look at USD CHF. I'm fairly sure that's one of the most bearish assets on the EDGEFINDER as well. So I'll go to that in a moment. So for news, we've got JOLTS, which is job openings in just under quarter of an hour, so 15 minutes. Forecast is 8.34. Prior was 8.488. So forecast is lower than the previous. So we'll see. And that doesn't surprise me because, like I was saying, we've got cooler US news. The economy is sort of not doing too hot, really. So, you know, I mean, there's only so much I can say until it's really released. But yeah, I wouldn't go out and specifically place short positions on the dollar just for the news release. I would more obviously just wait. There's no point gambling news, in my opinion. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if this is negative for the dollar. So, gold buy or sell. I'm in gold buys, but obviously don't take that with a pinch of salt. Make up your own ideas. You have a theory on, sorry, I have a theory on gold at the moment. I think the buy trade to the upsides is unwinding, which is catching a lot of retail who are already late to the buy. Potentially, Benjamin. I think so. My gold position isn't it's not portfolio heavy or exposure heavy, really. Sorry, risk heavy. Yeah. I've taken it very low risk. And the reason is exactly the same as what I was saying yesterday, because there's not really much going on gold. So we've already broken the all-time highs and we've rejected this very, very quickly. We came down, now we formed a support. So from here, it wouldn't surprise me if we do see just a natural sort of pullback. So have you guys ever heard of something called a mean reversion? So there is a great actually, let me show you Bitcoin. I can show you what a great example of a mean reversion on Bitcoin. I'll need a 200 moving average. Sorry, guys, just give me 1 second and you'll see what I mean. So let me go to the weekly chart. So, sorry, daily chart here. So a mean reversion is when price gets very, very extended, essentially, and this is in, I'm going to put it in more simple terms. You could feel free to Google if you want like full detailed explanations, but essentially you can gauge a mean reversion with moving averages. When we get an extreme an extreme difference between the price and the moving average, it's not uncommon that we will see a pullback back to sort of an average price and then a potential continuation in the original direction. And the reason this happens, it's sort of a natural thing. It's not a case of people pumping money into the market just to put price back down. It's more a case of everyone saying, okay, this asset's too expensive. It's not at an average price. It's not where it should be. So we need to pump price back down to sort of a natural area, and then we can sort of continue as we were. Now that's the way I was told, and that's the way I've sort of learned about it. There may be different explanations, more professional ways of putting it, but that's essentially in a nutshell. JOLTS, I'm going to say negative, but obviously I'm not willing to place a bet on that. I don't have any trades open apart from gold, but relatively low risk on gold. Generally favored for buying gold. Yeah. Anyway, so sorry, going back to the point is, I'm not sure if we're at risk of a mean reversion on gold. I'm not sure where so here we go. So you can sort of see we're very, very extended. Whereas if we go back, you can see that, we get separated from the 200, we come back, separated from 200 and we come back. Again, down here, the 200 is it's almost like a magnet. So it's always good to have a 200 moving average on your chart, just for reference and just so you can keep an eye on it. And now we can see we're pretty separated from the 200. So it wouldn't be any sort of surprise if we do see a pullback further downwards. Sorry, let me read your message again. I'm generally favored for buying gold as a bias, but gold exposure from the banks at the moment is pretty high. They don't need to fully sell a position to be able to buy it back at better prices. Benjamin, that's a great point. I agree. JOLTS positive or negative. I just said JOLTS I expect negative, but that doesn't mean you need to go and place loads of short positions on the dollar. Yeah, mean reversion, your point, exactly. Yeah, Benjamin, it seems like we've got very similar views. Trading hours, what do you think of rate cuts? I like a rate cut. I like a little bit of jiggy markets. So the Fed, it sounds like the Fed isn't going to cut until around September, November. I think it's more November time now. So I know there was the narrative of rate cuts in June. That was wiped out, and now it's rate cuts in September towards the end of the year. I'm not sure if there's an exact date yet, actually. I think there might be, and I've just missed it. But yeah, there's going to be a rate cut with ECB as well. So I was reading one of the reports the weekend, and it's interesting because there's lots of speculation about the ECB cutting rates in June. And basically the report said it's almost guaranteed because the ECB doesn't want to be viewed as their data being unreliable. So if they say they're going to cut in June, which is what they have done, is they're going to cut in June. They're not going to extend it by the sounds of things. GBP USD. By the way, guys, if I start boring you with my little rambles, feel free to tell me, and I'll get back to the point. It's a bad habit I've got of just sort of going off on little tangents sometimes. So same thing with euro dollar. I actually quite like this to the long side. Interesting. Yeah, I quite like where this is right now, actually. Let me see EDGEFINDER. Unfortunately, it's neutral. So I like to use EDGEFINDER as like the final confirmation for direction. But if we're sort of heading towards bullish, but it's not quite there. COTS, yeah, COTS relatively flat. Pound is long favored. USD is short favored, but it's not overwhelming. Retail is mainly short. Seasonality is bearish for the past 10 years. Yeah, it's only inflation rates, GDP, and services PMI in favor, really. So I live in the UK, if you couldn't tell by the accent, and I am very unhappy with the economy here. Not in terms of data, more just in terms of day-to-day living here. I'm pretty bearish on the dollar, on the pound, and I think the general elections we've got coming could potentially change that, and we may see a more bullish pound. I know that if Labour is elected, the pound could find some legs and it could start heading up higher. Whereas if the Conservative government stays in, I think we will see a bearish pound, because if we look at the history of the Conservative government, it's not been great. They've done a pretty poor job of managing the economy, especially over the past years. I mean, take Liz Truss's mini budget that essentially crashed the pound. People just don't have much faith anymore for them. Would you say key area might be area to value continue bullish? Would you suggest that? Let me take another look. So euro dollar, let me take this key level that you've given me here. Where's that? There we go. Yeah, so this is that essentially exactly what I'm looking at. That was my potential entry area. So if, like I was saying earlier, if we can get a nice 4-hour bullish candle close, then that will be my confirmation to potentially enter into a long position. Should we buy gold? Ahmed, I'm not here to tell you what to buy and sell. I'm here to give you my outlooks and tell you what I'm in. For transparency, I am long gold, so I can show you that, but please don't go and copy it, because I'm in about 0.5% drawdown at the minute. Jobs are coming up positive, Brian. Maybe I'm wrong. Buy NAS, looks like dollar weakness. Yeah. So we'll see. When do jobs come out? Just under 5 minutes. So we've got 4 minutes actually until a news release, so we can see how the dollar reacts. I'm not sure actually if the other guest needs to come on. A1 guys in the background, if the other guy needs to come on, feel free to just pull me out. I won't be offended at all. I don't want to take up too much time. Shorting USD CHF. Yes. So the dollar Swiss is down here. It's the most shorted asset on EDGEFINDER at the moment. I would really like to go short. Actually, we can have a look at the chart again. I'm not sure if we already looked at this actually, but we can see it's essentially just dropped off a cliff. So this is a 2.5% move in 6 days, which is quite a lot, really. Just over 200 pips. So we'll see. I would like to go short, but I need to see a slowdown or some sort of pullback. At the minute, there is nowhere to go short. It's just dropping like a knife through butter, or a hot knife through butter. NAS will spike higher and down we go, maybe. It's always funny with news releases. I normally watch Trading Extreme when there's a news release, and it's funny to see the comments. It's like, I'm selling X because I think it's going to be negative, or I think this because it's going to be negative, and you end up with half of the comments in profit and half in loss. So it's always quite interesting. Can you talk about the dollar and upcoming data and some analysis about the economy? Tic Tac, I would. However, I've got probably 1 to 2 minutes left on the stream. I'm back on Thursday, so I'm more than happy to go through it then. Or you can ask the guy after me to go through it. Maybe I've rambled too much and couldn't get to everything. Hi, James. When you are losing trades, what percentage will you stop the trade at? So I have a threshold. So I will take anywhere between 1% and 2% risk per trade. I take 2% risk if it's a larger trade. So if I'm looking to trade for maybe 2 weeks to a month, maybe longer, then I'm happy to take a 2% risk on that just to make the wait worth the while. However, if it's a normal sort of day trade or short-term swing trade, it's just 1%. But in terms of actually managing the trade, I don't. Stop loss, take profit, that's it. I will only close a trade if it becomes invalid. So if I, for example, if I'm long from a support, that support's broken, then I might close it. Or if the economic data's changed and it's more positive for the currency I'm selling, then I'll close it. But generally speaking, if nothing's changed, then I'll let it run. I think this is a big problem really with retail traders. Oh, sorry, I'm retail, I can't really say that, but a large problem with traders in general is they get too emotionally attached and they're scared. They draw down. What was the saying? They're hopeful for a drawdown and fearful in profit. And that's what corrodes a lot of trades. It's not that they're not actually profitable, it's that they can't just let trades run into profit properly. And that's what damages their accounts, because stop losses get hit, but take profits don't. And then you end up in an overall loss. Whereas if you just let trades run and do their thing, then you would end up in, I'm sure, possibly profit. So yeah, it's worth just letting your trades run unless something actually changes. Leverage is 1 to 500. Actually, no, sorry, I'm lying. My leverage is 1 to 50 now. It was 1 to 500, but I've just switched to a different broker, so now it's 1 to 50. You don't need anything above 1 to 50, in my opinion. Even 1 to 30 is good, especially if you're over trading. We've got news in 10 seconds. Don't worry, guys, I've not forgot. If you're over trading, over risking, just go for a 1 to 10 leverage, and you physically will not be able to do it. And that might save your account. So we've got news, and it is anytime today. Let's see what the dollar's doing. Okay, so it's, yeah, I told you it was worse. Job openings is negative. So it came out at 8.059 and the forecast was 8.34. So again, the markets just need to digest news. You may not see an immediate move. Like, it's a little bit slow going off the bat here. But it's the same yesterday, and then we got a large move to the downside. So yeah, just take care. We may see a weaker dollar, which is actually quite good for my gold trade, which is nice. So yeah, we'll see. So I think that's covered it. Richard, thank you. Thank you everyone for the kind words. I appreciate it. I'll be back on Thursday.
James, we appreciate you coming on.
I need to put my headphones on. There we go. Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm going to put your website in the chat one more time. Guys, go check out Elite Traders. James, he's come on and he provides a lot of cool stuff on there. He's got a Discord community. There's some educational stuff on there. It's just a good thing to check out. I've got the URL right there. All you got to do is click it. And I've done half the work for you. So, you know.
Thanks a lot, Chandler.
Yeah, and James also has a YouTube channel. I'll put that in there as well. So if you want to go find more from Forex James. And James, I guess we'll see you back Thursday.
Yes, thanks a lot. Have a great day.
All right, we'll see you then. All right, guys, now we're going to transition. We're going to move on to, we got Kenzo, Extra Hot Forex is back in the house. He's done a lot of help for us with Nick being gone in Ireland. Same with James. So we really appreciate that. We're going to run a quick ad, and then we'll be right back with Kenzo.
Howdy folks, I hope you're enjoying the A1 Trading Show, and I just want to let you know that we are currently doing a flash sale on the EDGEFINDER. This week, you can currently get 25% off if you send a direct message to our support staff standing by who helps keep the show running smoothly. If you use the link that's being dropped in the chat or the first link down below in the description, you'll be connected to a real person on my staff who can set you up with a 25% off discount on the EDGEFINDER, and if you'd like to get access to the Discord, we'll throw that in too for a nice 25% off the price. If you have not already taken advantage of this sale, you can click the first link in the description or chat with us by using the chat link below. Keep on enjoying the show, and now let's get back to it.
Attention A1 Trading Show fans, if you're interested in getting free access to the Edge Finder or our premium trade alerts, listen up. For a limited time, our show's partnered broker Eightcap is giving out free access to our products when you sign up for a new trading account with them. If you already have a broker, you may want to consider switching to Eightcap because of their low trading costs, a wide range of trading assets, and their amazing customer support. If you'd like to get access to our software and Discord server for free, click the link being dropped in the chat right now and ask one of our team members for more information. Don't miss your chance for free products and an award-winning broker. Now back to the A1 Trading Show.
Good evening, guys. I hope everyone is doing great. It's Tuesday, so we just had job openings, and it seems like the number went a bit lower. So the question is, will the market continue going down? It seems like so, but it was not really an aggressive economic news. We can see here, we are actually on our support area on DXY. I hope everyone is doing great, by the way. So on the comment section, just let me know which pairs do you want me to check. Then I will go straight to that and I will start to check those pairs. But at the moment, I will try to go on DXY, Euro USD, gold, and NASDAQ and see what's really happening on the market. I hope everyone is, I hope we are on the same page. So what's really happening on DXY, we can easily see that the structure is quite straightforward. The market previously, it was going higher, and which means we were actually on a very nice uptrend. But after that, we see that the market actually broke out, and this is a very nice breakout. But what we see here is the market is still consolidating around this level. And remember, we have enough economic news this week. We have economic news this week. So yesterday we had a manufacturing PMI, which it was a little bit negative. So we saw this sell here. But will this market actually, this economic news break this support area and maybe continue to go to the lower side? It's up to the market. Remember, this Friday we have NFP. So whatever that we have as as jobless job openings, I don't think that it's actually an aggressive economic news that won't make the market to panic. Another one is going to be jobless claims tomorrow. So, but the most important one is going to be NFP, right? So, but what we see on DXY, it's a dollar index. It shows the strength of the dollar. At the moment, we can see that the market seems like it's still going to respect our support area. And if it pushes up, it will show that the market or the dollar is still quite stronger. I hope that makes sense. So that's actually the most important thing at the moment. And remember, next week we're going to have FOMC and also CPI, right? So that is going to be way too important. So now on Euro USD, we can easily see that, yes, the market was on a downtrend structure. We are no longer on that downtrend structure. We see a nice breakout here. But what we see here is the market is just consolidating. You can easily see that job openings is not really aggressive economic news. We don't really have any crazy move there. Do you see that? So, and yeah, I don't expect any crazy move. But with the structure, I'm expecting to see maybe the market touching the support area before we can even think about buying. Or maybe the market will end up breaking out here. If it breaks, that will be very nice. I hope that we can have a nice breakout before we jump on that buy again. I hope that makes sense. I see USD CHF, GBP USD, gold, CAD JPY, and USD JPY. We saw JPY, guys, is getting stronger and stronger. We'll have to check that, right? So now we are actually on gold. What's really happening on gold? We see that the market is currently on our support area. And the overall structure here is, it's actually a downtrend structure. We see that we're coming from this uptrend. We had a proper breakout. And from here, we see that the market is doing what? The market is actually showing us this nice consolidation structure. So what should we do? We just have to wait for the market to be around this resistant area so that we can actually sell. Or maybe the market will be trying to actually breaking out of this support area. And if that happens, it will be good because we are already on a downtrend. So we expect the market to go even lower. We expect to sell as we are already on this nice downtrend structure. It was a very nice breakout, but where we are, the market is just consolidating. But at the end of the day, I'm expecting to see the market going down, right? So on the next one is going to be US30. On US30 here, guys, I will be going on your currency pairs or the ones that you said I should check for you. I will go on that. But now I just want to go through these ones, then I will jump straight to those pairs that you want me to check. So on US30, we have an interesting structure, guys. So we had a proper bullish structure until we had this breakout. After that breakout, we started to have some stuff. You see, we had an aggressive sell. Now the market tried to reverse. We can say maybe the market was trying to give us a proper resistance there. But from there, the market started to go crazy. From there, the market started to go crazy. But what can we do? I don't think maybe we should entertain this. What I see here is as long as we broke out of that support area, we expect the market to go even lower. Unless if maybe the market can give us a proper structure that we can use and say, okay, maybe the market is about to go up. But at the moment, this to me still looks like a very nice downtrend structure. Yes, we have enough economic news, and with that, it means we have to be extra careful. So on Nasdaq, quite similar structures. We see that yes, the market is still actually on a very nice uptrend, even though we had this aggressive reversal. So do you see that? Someone maybe can say, Kenzo, do you see something like that? Yes, I see that. But if we check from back there, we had a nice support. I think with this aggressive bullish move, a nice reversal was obviously we needed that, you see. But where we are now, it doesn't really make sense for us just to jump in the market. It doesn't really make sense. So it means we just need to relax and see what's really happening. I don't think maybe we are forced to jump in the market, but I think maybe by Friday with NFP, I think maybe we'll have a bigger picture on what will happen, because the aim here is to see if maybe the market will end up, so not the market. The aim is to see if maybe are they going to cut the rate or not. If they can cut the rates, that will be good for us. That will be very, very good for us. So I see Euro USD, I did gold, CAD JPY, and USD JPY. Let me start with, let's start with JPY. CAD JPY, what's really happening on CAD? Guys, I'm not really sure what's really happening with JPY. Japanese yen, it seems to be quite stronger. It seems like it's way too stronger. So, and it's very interesting because it might reverse aggressively. This reversal or that sell, it's aggressive. So that showed the strength of a yen. So, but the overall structure, we can easily see that we are coming from a very, very, very nice uptrend structure. You can see that. So I'm expecting to see a continuation. Yes, we saw a reversal. It happens every time. But with that, I think we can have a proper, very nice bullish move. I think here we can have a very nice reversal. Don't just jump on that. Do your homework or do your own analysis and see if maybe it makes sense. But to me, I think this can be a very nice reversal, especially when the market is playing around our support area. I think a nice reversal can work in our favor. So let's check USD JPY. So on USD JPY, we also have quite similar structure. The market, it's actually still on that nice uptrend structure, but it seems to be reversing. We had the news which were actually in favor of the dollar, but sorry, not in favor. They were a little bit weaker, but I don't really see any reason for the market to keep crashing. Yes, the market might continue like that, but maybe the market will give us something like that. But at the moment, what we can do is, as we are on an uptrend, I'm expecting to see a very nice bullish move, especially when we had that aggressive reversal. And we actually needed that because the market was aggressively going even higher. You can see the market was going like that. It was like quite high, and we were far from our support area. Now the market is here, so I'm expecting to see the market to continue going up with that trend, right? So I think that can be a very, very, very nice one. So another pair that you want me to check is GBP USD. GBP USD. Okay, GBP USD. Let me see. GBP USD. I thought maybe I did check that. GBP USD. I thought I did that. I thought I did check that. Okay, now we are on GBP USD. GBP USD, guys, I'm also trying to close some of my positions while I'm doing the analysis here. So on GBP USD, guys, we have a nice, very nice structure. We can see that it's not really quite different from what we had on Euro USD. So we can easily see that, yes, previously we had a proper downtrend structure until we have this breakout there. So that breakout, automatically you should know that, okay, it means that we are now thinking about what? Buying. We are now on that nice uptrend. So what we can do now is to focus on this area. We understand that already we are on an uptrend. So our job is to do what? Is to understand where can we buy, because we say it's an uptrend, right? So now, if maybe I can zoom a little bit, you can see that on the bottom side here on the support area, we have a nice support area. And the market did go up very nice. You can see the first touch, second, third, fourth, and stuff like that. So I'm expecting another one to be around this level. You can see something like that. You see that? So I'm expecting the market maybe to reverse. Obviously, we see that the market is trying to reverse. Maybe one way or another, the market might end up reaching this level before we see another push. So I'm expecting a very nice touch there before I buy. At the moment, I don't really see anything. I don't think we need to think about selling because we are on an uptrend. So which means the market can actually continue going down a little bit before going up. So we have to be on the right side of the market. And at the moment, the market is uptrending. I hope that is quite simple. So USD CHF. So let's see how. Okay, let me answer this question. How does job opening numbers affect NFP and CPI? And do you think it's gonna influence the Federal Reserve? I don't think so. I think the most important one is gonna be CPI, because that is actually the main indicator for inflation. Or we can just say CPI is the most important one, and also PCE. And last week, Friday, we had PCE, and the number was like actually cool, which means it was a little bit lower than expected, which is good. But CPI is going to be next week, you see. So sometimes we can say they do affect, or they have enough effect on each other, but remember, there is an indicator or event that measures certain moves, or let's say certain type of the news, like CPI. Actually, I'm trying to say CPI actually is the one that shows us if the inflation is going up or down. So the news, let's say the unemployment change or NFP, yes, it also has effects, because if maybe the jobs are going up, it means that we have enough people who are working. At the same time, those people who are working, they can now spend. They can spend their money, which means we're going to have to see retail sales going up, because there is enough people who are buying, right? And if retail sales goes up, most likely we're going to have CPI also going up. But if maybe the numbers are going down here and there, but also it depends on the seasons and stuff like that. And it depends, actually. But mostly, if you want to know about rate cuts, I think CPI and PCE, they are most important ones. I hope that makes sense, guys. So let's see, is USD CHF, USD CHF. Which one do you want me to check also? Gold. Okay, GBP, JPY also. Let me check USD CHF. USD CHF. USD CHF seems to be going down. So on USD CHF, we can easily see that, yes, the market is actually now downtrending. I think the best way is to go a little bit lower. I mean, to use a little bit bigger time frame. So this is what we have. Actually, let me remove that. I was doing the analysis on that. So this is what we have. The market is actually on a very nice downtrend structure. The market has been going down for quite some time, since last year, November. Now we see a smaller breakout there, but the market did not really last a very long time there. Now we can easily see that now that it's time for the market to do what? To continue going down. Obviously, this is a proper downtrend structure. So I'm expecting a very nice sell. This is a proper downtrend structure. So I think we are at the area where we can say it might be a very good actually time for us to do what? To look for those sells, especially when the market is now below that support, that resistant area. So which means we might have a very nice time for us to do what? To keep selling. I hope that makes sense. So let's push to the next one, which is GBP JPY. GBP JPY. Let's see GBP JPY. Let's see. GBP JPY. GBP. I will just go on GBP JPY and Euro JPY. So let's go on 4 hours time frame. So let's see. GBP JPY, we can easily see that this is been actually on a very nice aggressive bullish move. Do you see that? We have an aggressive structure here. So this shows us that the market has been on a very nice uptrend structure. But what we have, I think, is a different story, because if we go here, the market has been trying to sell. The market has been trying to go even lower. But to me, I think it's quite straightforward. It was like aggressive push to the upside. I hope that makes sense. That was an aggressive push there to the upside, but maybe the market will end up touching this level, but I don't think maybe the market will just do that within same day. I think it might take time, but if maybe there are some economic news, it's possible. It's possible for the market to touch that, or maybe we can have something like that. Maybe the market might end up creating another continuation of that bullish move, because we can easily see that we are on that uptrend structure. So that can be something that we can also expect. But besides that, we also have a nice stronger support area that shows us that we are still on that uptrend. So now it's up to us, because we also have another structure around this area. So there is a chance for the market to respect that and still continue to the upside, because that reversal, I think it was like seriously aggressive. Maybe we might have something like this. Something like that. But obviously, you know what I'm just saying, that can be something that I can try to follow. You see that can be a very nice one. But besides that, let's see what's next. Euro JPY. Yeah, I think the market on JPY it's trying to recover, guys. I think that aggressive sell is trying to recover slowly, but the overall structure also on Euro JPY, it shows us that we are still on that nice uptrend structure. If I go on a daily time frame, because this is a minor pair, you can see that it creates these aggressive moves. So on a daily time frame, you can easily see that yes, we are still on that nice uptrend. This is an aggressive one, and this, I think, it was actually, it's necessary for the market to sell after we had this aggressive bullish move. Maybe the market will end up touching this support area before going up. It's up to the market. So, or anything can happen around this area, because this is a aggressive sell also. So sometimes the market will do something like that, recover before going quite slower. I hope that makes sense. So let's go back on that 4 hours time frame and see if maybe we have something. Okay, it seems like the market JPY is trying, Euro is trying to recover. Around this level, if I still remember, we had an area that we can call it a support, sorry, a resistance, but the market broke out of that. So we had another structure trying to touch that. So we have so much stuff happening there. So I'm not gonna recommend anyone to look for any buy. Maybe let's wait for the market to touch our support area before we look for another buy. I hope that maybe will make sense. I hope that maybe makes sense. Someone said, can you check gold, please? Euro GBP, NZD USD. What's your strategy, bro? My strategy is trend trading, so I follow the trends. Not really that complicated. Let me check NZD. Someone says, can you check NZD? Let me check that. Let me check that. NZD USD. Let's check gold before, because I think there are so many people who are checking gold. Okay. It seems like gold is breaking out of that structure. Gold is breaking out of that structure. But you might be surprised. Why? Because it seems like everything was actually showing us that the market, the dollar was weaker because of job openings. So you can see that sometimes the market doesn't really correlate with that. The market doesn't really correlate with those news. But I know those news were not really that important. But since we have a nice structure here, it shows us that we are on a downtrend structure. I can say something like this can work in our favor. A smaller downtrend, a smaller pending order down there, that can also work in our favor. But little bit lower, because previously we had the market reversing around that level. So which means if you're going to have a sell, it should be a little bit lower. Then the market can just continue like that. If the market continues, sometimes the market can reverse. It's possible. So another one, let's see DXY, dollar index. Okay, dollar index, not really that bigger move, but we can easily see that it seems to be trying to move away from this support area, which is good. So maybe the market will be going back to this resistance, and the more the market is moving away from this support, it means that the dollar is gaining that momentum slowly. That's why we see gold trying to go even lower. So NZD, let's check NZD USD. I saw someone said check that. NZD, let's try with the daily time frame so that we can see what's really happening. Any pair that you want me to check? I did check gold, guys. I did check gold. So on NZD, we can easily see that on, let me remove this. Your chart needs to be clean, guys. Our chart is supposed to be cleaner. We don't really have to have multiple indicators on the chart. So this is what I have actually. This is a proper downtrend structure. No, I think, let me draw this again. Let me try, because I think I see something like that. You see that? So obviously the market is trying to go even higher. But let's try to draw that properly, because if we just force things, sometimes we will see things that are not actually there. So I think, yeah, I think this way it makes sense. I think it makes sense. Let's do that. Let's go back on our 4 hours time frame structure, just to see what's really happening. So I think it makes sense. We can see that the market has been going down for quite some time, and the market was touching these areas. But after that, we had a nice breakout. If you check this area, is the same area as where the market actually broke out. So it makes sense. So what we have here is we had a consolidation, or let me just zoom there. Let me just zoom there. Obviously, here it's an uptrend. The market is uptrending already. So after the breakout, it shows us that the market is trying to go even higher. The market is trying to go even higher. Around this area, we also had a nice resistance where the market actually tried to break out. You see that? But at the end of the day, it seems like the market wants to continue like that. So these are higher highs. we need a higher low before we look for that buy. Maybe the market will end up giving us something like that. But at the moment, I don't think we need to jump on that. I don't think we need to jump on this. Yes, it shows us that it's a very nice bullish move, but we don't really have proper structure that we can say this is a support, let's buy or something. So, but we see that the way it's up, but we need to relax and have maybe a higher low before we look for that buy. So another pair that you want me to check XAG. What is that? XAG, maybe it's what? It's silver or something like that. Okay, I will check that. Do Indian elections affect the markets? Yes, they do affect the market. Anything that has to do with Indian currency, I saw their stock were just going down. I think mostly it's going to be their stock market or maybe their currency. I don't think they're going to just affect every pair out there, but I know that they're going to affect anything that they are related to, because every economy, or maybe let's say economic news, most likely they will affect their own economy or their own stock market. So they will always have that effect. We might not really see that because we don't maybe have, or maybe Indian currency pair is not really popular that much on the stock market, on the trading, but yes, it will actually have some effect. So Euro CHF, let me check Euro CHF. Let me add some of these things. I see XAG. I don't know if it's silver or something. XAG, maybe it's platinum or something. Okay, it's silver. So let's check silver. I see someone said check silver. Let me know if maybe you want me to check something else, guys. Let me know. Let me know. XAG. Okay. This is XAG. I'm not really trading XAG. Let's go on a daily time frame and see if maybe we can have something. So when we have, for those who don't know, when we have like geopolitics or tensions all over the place, just know that mostly platinum, gold, or let's say commodities, they will most likely go to the upside because it's silver, it's metals. So they are needed and they are actually safe to buy them and hold. Mostly commodities, but mostly the one that it's actually popular, it's gold, because we can just call it a safe haven. So when things are going bad, it's good to actually save your assets with gold, because the stock market can go crazy. Currency pairs, they can go crazy, you see. So now on silver, we see that previously it was slowly going down. That was a nice downtrend structure. But from what I see, we are on an aggressive bullish move. So now, since we know that we are on that aggressive bullish move, let's go there and see. I think we need to remove this. We need to remove that. Let's go on that 4 hours time frame. I think we have a nice structure. Let's try to connect the supports areas. We can start anywhere. We can start anywhere. There is no rule where you should start. So as long as it connects with your structures, as long as it makes sense, it's good to go. So let's see. I will use this as my dotted line. We have a structure like that. So to me, this is a very nice uptrend structure. So you can try to move around and see if maybe you can get something. I think maybe the market might try to come around this level and try to give us a proper support. You can see that the market already gave us something there. There is a chance for the market to reach this level before we see a reversal. But besides that, I hope we can see that we are on a very nice uptrend structure. So if maybe the market doesn't really respect this level, we might see the market respecting this outer support there and then start to go to the upside. That is also possible. I think that, to me, it's quite clear. So let me check. Which pairs do you want me to check? I think I checked silver. That's great. NZD, I did check that. Gold, I did check gold. Euro CHF. NZDJPY. Okay. Okay, so now let's check gold. Let's check gold and see what's really happening. Let's check gold. I think it was already selling, and from there, there's nothing we can do. Let's see. Gold already on -1. Oh, okay. Okay, gold seems to be respecting that level. Do you see that? It seems like gold respected that support area. So that's what I was saying, that if you want to sell, market this area because the market might actually reverse. And it seems like it's doing that, which is great. But the overall structure here is we are on a downtrend structure. So we should be looking for those downtrend structures. I hope that makes sense. So another one. Which one should we check? NZDJPY. Okay. Euro CHF. Let's check Euro CHF. I think I was supposed to check Euro CHF, NZD, AUD CAD. Well, let me clear some of this because there are many. So let's add Euro CHF and also what? Euro CHF. I think on gold, everything is clear, guys. We are on a downtrend structure, but at the moment, we are on the support area. It's either you wait for a breakout or maybe wait for a reversal. Once the market reaches this resistance, it's where you can look for that sell again, right? I hope that makes sense. So Euro CHF, someone said check Euro. Whoa. This thing is melting. What's happening? CHF is quite strong, eh? Oh, okay. So let's go on a daily time frame and see this thing. It's just seriously creating some crazy moves. So besides that, we see that this was a proper aggressive downtrend structure, even though I do not really, you can easily see that. So from this area, we can see that the market is trying to show us that it's going up. That is called an uptrend structure. Let's see if maybe we can get something. Okay. It seems like the market is going to give us some very nice bullish move there, but don't force that. I think maybe I forced it here. Let me start from this area. We don't really have to force the market, but this is a daily time frame. It seems like the market is exactly where it used to respect, but it's not really a stronger support because these touches are not really nice. You can see here the market just touch once and move aggressively. So let's see on a 4 hours time frame if maybe we get a proper structure that maybe that will make sense. But at the moment, it's not really a good time to conclude. Let's see if it makes sense. It makes sense, but I can't say it's stronger. So since I don't really have or I don't really trade Euro CHF, I think it's not a minor pair. I think it's exotic. So this type of moves, they do happen a lot. So it means you have to have a proper strategy for them. Or maybe someone can say something like this, maybe, but at the moment, this is the one that is clean. I think maybe this might be our support. I'm not really sure about this one. So, but I think that can be something. But if maybe you know how to trade this type of exotic pairs, because I think every pair has its type of movement and you should have a strategy for that, right? So on this one, I don't really want to lie. I don't really understand much of that, but it seems like this sell, one way or another, it needs to reverse. So let's see. I don't know what pair do you want me to check. I will just go on gold. I think maybe for today it's also enough. Or let me check on the comment section. Let me not just say it's enough. Let me check Euro GBP. Oil. Okay, USD CAD. Okay, oil. Okay, I see. So US oil. I saw oil. It was going crazy. I don't know what was happening. I saw it created this crazy gap. I don't know what's happening, but it's a good thing. It sold, but it's a good thing because it shows that the prices are going down, right? For those who trade oil, maybe they will tell you, I think yesterday or early today, there was OPEC meeting. Those companies which produces oil, they had a meeting. I think maybe they will be increasing the production because we see that the prices are going down, which is a good thing. It might be selling, but it's a good thing because at the same time, this will also help with inflation. If inflation is very high, it's also because oil is also very expensive. So at the moment, we can see that, yeah, we are coming from a very aggressive bullish move. Now, at the moment, we are actually on a nice downtrend structure. So which means if maybe you were following the trends and you were selling, it means this was going to be your Christmas. Obviously, the market did give us a nice gap there. Obviously, there must be some news. Since the market reached this area, it seems like it's struggling to go up again. But this is a proper downtrend structure. But at the moment, I can say you can wait just to see what's really happening. With this type of gaps, most likely the market will try to recover to actually cancel this gap before continuing again. So you can have something like this. Mostly the market will have something like that before continuing with that type of a structure. So maybe there were something happening with that. There were news maybe. You see. So let me check, understand, and agree with your tech analysis. I need to just jump in there. Okay, to follow trends. Do you wait till after the news release to enter to trade? Yeah, it depends on the news that we trade in. If is those news that I understand, like let's say the news like maybe FOMC, most likely it's easy to predict as for FOMC. Yeah, you can jump before, but there's other ones like NFP. I don't think that is going to be easier for anyone to just jump on that. If you jump, yeah, you can make money or lose money. So it depends because no one will know exactly what is going to happen with NFP. You can trade that and make something, but it doesn't really mean that you knew what was going to go out. But another thing is you can still follow the trend. It actually helps if you follow the trend. So let me check Euro JPY, then we can just call it a day. Someone said Kenzo Euro JPY. So not Euro JPY, Euro GBP. Euro GBP. I think this was actually on a very nice support. The last time I checked, I don't know if maybe it did have a nice reversal or not. So because this just plays around this support area, let's remove that. Let's go on a bigger time frame so that you can see what's really happening. Daily time frame. Let's see. I want you to see something. If you check here, we have this nice structure on a daily time frame. We have this area of a support. You can see that this is where the market finds its support, and this is actually, we can't say the market is trending, it's just ranging around the same level. So we expect maybe to see a nice bullish move. But if you trade Euro or GBP, just know that I think it's next week, right? We're going to have interest rates. If not this week, we're going to have interest rates from Europe. GBP, I don't know if it's next week or something. You can check your economic calendar. And it seems like they're going to cut the rates. If they cut the rates, I mean Euro, if they cut the rates, that will be bad for their currency, and maybe we might start to see the market going down. But it will depend if maybe Britain also wants to cut the rates. So if they want to cut the rates, the market might just play around the same place, because it will mean that there's no any pair that is going to be weaker or stronger according to those rate cuts. Mostly they will just follow each other. But what I see here is we can have a very nice bullish move. So, but it seems like the market is just playing around the same level. I hope you see that. So let's push to the next one. Is USD Canada. Then we can call it a day. USD CAD. What's happening on USD Canada? Where is USD Canada? Okay. On USD Canada, let's just go on 4 hours time frame. Yeah, this one we do check. So on USD Canada, we can see that we are on a very nice uptrend structure, a very nice one. So we can see that from down here, the market is been actually showing us that we have a very nice bullish structure. So we had some few touches where the market touched our support area. We see the market is going up, but you can't just jump in this thing. You can see that the market is creating this white structure. So which means the market might end up squeezing up here. And remember, this Friday, we have employment change from CAD or Canada, and also NFP from US around the same time. So that day, it will depend which one is going to be stronger. If the dollar is going to be stronger, we will see a very nice push, maybe even a breakout of this resistance area. If Canada is going to be stronger, we might see a reversal. But most likely, just know that these events, they don't really have enough momentum to break the trend. So if they break the trends, mostly it might be FOMC, CPIs. But these other ones, yes, they will just give you a proper move, maybe with a one candlestick, but later on the market might start to reverse. I hope that makes sense. I think maybe for today that's enough. For today that's enough. Just know that this week and next week we have enough. We have enough actually economic news. I see a question. OPEC extend cuts, bro. Okay, yeah, that's what. Yeah, I saw that they will be extending the cuts. But if they extend the cuts, it means that the demand is going to go higher because they're not actually producing more barrels. So that means once they cut, it means they want to see the price going up. So when you see the price going up, just know that it means that maybe they don't produce more, or maybe they're cutting the production and stuff like that. But maybe they discussed something, we don't know. So, and the oil price, let's see, going down. What's really happening? I also don't really know, because I was expecting to see maybe the price going up, but it seems like maybe they agreed otherwise. Maybe we don't really know what's really happening. If we check that, maybe we might have some updates. Try to check the news. If you trade oil, try to follow up with the news. Maybe you will understand what's really happening. But at the moment, I don't really see the reason why it's selling like that, but it shows that there is a good news somewhere. You see, but for now, I think it's enough for today. I think maybe we will see you on Friday. So for today, I think it's enough. Oh, maybe any question?
Thanks for tuning in to today's A1 Trading Show. Make sure to subscribe and to turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one. Also, we're looking for more guests to come on the show. If you're comfortable being on camera, have trading experience, and you're looking to grow your audience exposure, we'd love to have you on. In the live stream chat and description below, we'll drop a link to apply to be a live stream guest and join in on the conversation. We hope to have you on soon. That's all for today. Trade safe, and we'll see you next time.